Twan Marsh out of Pikeville, 6'3", 210. Here's the kick. Jeff Hewley, a very dangerous return man, finds Pipe. Ball loose. Hewley picks it up, and look at that. He's fun to watch. He's a class guy, not a kid anymore. Great in the community. Of course, played football, college football at Eastern Washington. Hewley will turn and make the catch. And he's going to be tackled. All game in Spokane. Low snap. Kick is through.
Happy to have our Tulsa fans join us for this game.
Hey, why not? The more the merrier. This is a high kick by Rowan. Hewley at the goal line. The 5 makes a move. Wrapped up and spins forward to about the 7.5. Rowan's helmet's all dinged up. Did you see the top of it? All that paint rubbed off?
I did see that. What's he in
What's
there?
the kicker running into? That's through. The front of it. See all those little dings? Wait till he turns his head here.
Maybe knocking heads with the big boys?
I wonder. He's hitting them too hard, though. See that?
There's a lot of dings on that. He hasn't done that much hitting.
No, we got to get some paint on that. 30.
Those kind of dings on a lineman or a linebacker, running back, not on a kicker.
Kick by Rowan. Oh my gosh, did he put his leg into that one? Hewley at the 5. Oh, he's dirt quick, this guy. Hey,
Rowan almost kicked that ball over the top of the iron.
We saw him hit that top one day.
I've seen him kick it over the iron before.
Yeah,
he's got that kind of leg.
Big leg.
Now, in the indoor game, you don't want to kick it over the iron because the ball comes out to the 20.
I'd like to see it, though.
It's impressive to watch him boom it over the top of the iron.
It would be like going to watch, batting practice before the game in baseball and watching home runs. They don't mean anything, but I'd like to see a kick over that. Here's all good.
So much later in the first half, but a lot of football left here in the second half, Greg.
And we're underway. Hewley, that found iron, I believe. He's got the football and will be tackled in the end zone. He's been absolutely fantastic over the last 5+ games now. Not that he wasn't great.
8.5 games. He actually missed a game earlier in the year.
Oh, a line drive kick by Rowan. Hewley. Salmons took a big hit at the 3-yard line. Hewley out over the 5. Or if you're old school, Tony Dorsett. Here's the kick that finds the screen, and that's a touchback. Hewley doesn't get the opportunity. Here's Lindsey Joy. And he remains perfect.
Spokane about at their average, leading the league.
Equates to a lot of points in this game as Rowan's kick on its way to Harvey. This is a line drive. It'll find the net, touch the bar, and it'll be a touchback. Oh, I hate that.
The old slack net. So by rule, if a ball gets caught in the slack net, and that's between the crossbar and the uprights, and it gets hung up at all coming down, it's a dead ball, touchback ball on the 5-yard line. And Greg Heister hates that rule.
I do. Now, if you're a Shock fan, that's exactly what you want Taylor Rowan to do every time. You can't. You're 70. There's our kick. Actually, he's 50. Oh, they found the iron. Loose ball. Did Arizona get it? It was still loose. It was still loose.
Well, it's a good strategy call by Spokane. Taylor Rowan, one of the best in the business. You turn this into a 2-possession game by making a field goal here. Some people say conservative call. I say smart call because you're looking at number of possessions.
Low snap, kick on its way, and it's good by Taylor Rowan. 30-21, Spokane.
Rowan is now 5 for 5, perfect 5 for 5 on field goals this year. Guy's a heck of a kicker.
Certainly is. 8:28 to play. They didn't give up the touchdown. That's a huge thumbs up for their defense to hold them to a field goal.
That is almost as good as a stop.
Here's Rowan's kick. One of the biggest legs I've seen in this league. High off the screen. And what coverage. Marsh is there along with Alex Teams.
Nothing the defense could do about it at that point. He just kind of toyed with him on his way into the end zone.
Taylor Rowan in to attempt the extra point. It is right down the middle. Rowan did not miss an extra point last week, and he's perfect so far. So the Shock team Thanks.
Nice bounce.
Taylor Rowan's kick takes a bounce in the end zone and hops over the boards after it was touched by a member of the Milwaukee Iron, and the Iron will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line. You know what, Keith? I don't know if you can ask for a better start to this football game than what the Shock have. Low snap, but Kyle Rowley digs it out like a shortstop, first baseman, I should say, on the low throw from the shortstop. The extra point by Rowan is good. Shock 14.
There's no media timeouts. Steve, we're underway. Are we close?
Just started a spot. We're all right. We're all right. Give me the music. No music coming back. Wow, Taylor Rowan puts his right foot into it and put it off of the top bar between the two panels.
And over. And see, Rob Keefe is arguing that they're saying he kicked it over, which is a 20, which would go to the 20-yard line. Rob Keefe is arguing it hit the net first.
It did. It hit the crossbar.
No, without question. But since it fell on the other side, he's saying that that's the rule. And so it goes to the 20-yard line. I think that's the dumb rule. If you can kick the ball that high and that far, how should you be penalized for it?
Well, if you can hit the top bar on anything.
Most arenas don't allow you to put that much height on it that early to get it far enough to get it over the top. You're penalizing a kicker for having a good leg, and I just think that's a stupid rule.
Last play of the half, regardless. Ball will be placed at the 9-yard line with the 8 yards in the end zone. It's a 17-yard kick. It's actually shorter than an extra point. Placed down. Rowan's kick is on the way, and it is good. As the horn sounds, the Spokane Shock add their second field goal of the half, and they lead it 34-21. Touchdown catches and 12 grabs in that game. Taylor Rowan in to attempt yet another extra point, and he has been marvelous the last 2 weeks, been perfect for 2 straight weeks. Shock 41, Iron 34, 8:26. We're going to keep it right here. Don't forget, if you're looking for a great place to eat or just have a drink, stop by the Red Line. Second touchdown run has given the Shock the 7-point lead as Taylor Rowan puts his right foot into it. It's the bar. Ball bounces at the goal line. Up in the air. Fight for the football. It's loose. Emery Sams has got it. Touchdown, Shock! Oh, you got to give Taylor Rowan a lot of credit. He put it off the bar, and when it happens, crazy things start bouncing around. Emery Salmons was down on the football, and the Shock have scored, and there is the touchdown back one more time.
And that's a fair game all of a sudden, Dennis. Now I don't feel so bad. What a great job by Taylor Rowan, kicking it right off the post right there. Raul Vigil comes, tips it away from the defense to keep it alive. It's Salmons, Johnny on the spot. And Jerry Turner came out and pointed right off the bench, right at his kicker, Taylor Rowan. He knew that was his responsibility for getting that turnover and a touchdown for Spokane. What a crazy game.
When it hits that bar, that ball bounces in so many different directions. Rowan, who just hit that one off the bar, is in to try and push this lead back to 14 points. He's taking his time. Shock milking the clock a little bit that time. Almost iced their own kicker there as Rowan puts it right down the middle, and he hits another field goal, and the Shock back in front 55-41. How many times is
a great job by Taylor Rowan to hit that bar? I watched him in warm-ups down there. I was talking to him on the field before the game, and he was trying to kick it off the net kind of close to the bar to give Emery Salmons was back there working on actually receiving the kickoff there in case that's something that has to be done in the game. And by mistake, he kept hitting the bar. I mean, it's like a magnet when he kicks it right now. He apologized to Emery Salmons when he kicked it off the bar. And I told him, I said, Taylor, don't ever apologize for being awesome. And that's just a good life lesson, kids.
Rowan will put his foot into again. Can he do it 2 times in a row? He hits it off the top of the bar.
And over, and that'll go to the 20-yard line. What a stupid rule.
He hit that off the top of the right panel, and it bounced over. If that ball's 2 inches short, it bounces back into play.
Penalizing a kicker for having a good leg. Not a lot of kickers in this league can do that. He's done it twice in this game, and you get penalized for it. I just don't understand that rule.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line with 1:26.